All right, guys, let's talk about job logs. Okay, it's in CoConstruct. This is not another form. It is a really good feature on CoConstruct. And the job log is going to be used for a couple different things. One, it's going to be for the client, and there are, especially a lot of these projects that we do, they are not on site, so they don't know what happened that day if they haven't moved in yet, or they're moving from this is a second home, or it's something like that. So the job log is going to kind of be broken up into a couple different sections. One is going to be for the client, so you're going to explain what happened that day to the client. Then there is going to be the team member section of it, and issues and delays, upcoming activities. It's going to be a really good documentation of what's happened and what's going to happen, and it's got a spot there where we can kind of track, hey, the dumpster guy didn't show up again for today, or the electrician. Kind of getting trends. And why? What does data do? Data gives us the ability to look for trends, and then make decisions. And if we don't have that data, we can't make good decisions on, should we change the dumpster company? Should we get another subcontractor in? Maybe we've set our scheduling too tight in certain times of the year. And what's great about the job log is it also um, embeds weather. So we can kind of look and say, okay, we're off schedule in April all the time because on our exterior projects, because it rains all the time. So data, that's what we want. And what we use of all of this is to look at it and say, how can we make things easier, or how can we change the expectations of the client? So jump in really quick. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is you're going to start in your projects. I'll back it out a little bit and say we'll go into this one. Graham, you have, your basic dashboard here. So over here on the left, you have job logs on the bottom section right above files. And you can see right here, this job log was done. It shows the weather. It says trade partner, 3 days on site to continue work, PJL on site, and this is what happened on for the trademark. Team member work was administrative. Issues and delays, waiting on Bilko Dorf for a back porch project, and upcoming activities, 3 days to continue porch to, and HUD inspection Wednesday. So it's prepping what it is. So how do you do one of these? You just hit add. It's going to be really easy. You're going to put on, say for instance, for today, and you've got these flags that you can that we'll have some additional guidance on extended training of how to use the flags. But obviously it is self-explanatory, and as we get a little bit more data, this is something you can actually think about, is thinking about flags and how we would organize it in that way. That would make it easy for you to not use less words and just hit a flag. So basically it's pretty basic, right? You'd add trade work, and you can toggle it here for the client. So this is where you'd want to show the client what happened. The team member work, you might want to show the client that too. If there was visitors, deliveries, and so on. So it's all pretty basic. You can add an additional, you can keep adding, as you go in upcoming activities, and then you can add photos, which is really, really cool. So if you wanted to show really maybe damage to the property or something from the dumpster company, you'd want to upload some photos so that the office can see that and make the determination. What's good about all that is that it's tucked away, and it's not, this is what we're going to look at. So really really pretty self-explanatory. Make sure the client is, you know, seeing the job log, so that, you know, they're part of the experience. And also in the other part is in the project setup, and this was not going to be set up because we just started using job logs. If you look in the project setup, there is a spot here, for them to see job logs. And see right here, this has to be clicked for them to see them, to even have that option. So you wanna you know, make sure that if you're like, hey, put on the job log, and they're like, oh, I didn't see it, make sure that that's toggled there. So pretty basic. And that's job logs. It's just something that, you know, you can. It's a great thing to, you know, keep track of what's going on and to let the client know what's going on and keep those expectations, you know, good. Saying, hey, you know, we're off schedule a little bit. It's much better to tell them that than for them to tell you, hey, you're off schedule. So awesome. On to the next one.